Welcome to Holy Moments, a series of short devotionals for Holy Week from the Salvation Army of Charlotte. We'll be joining you every day this week with a short devotional about the events that led up to the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ so many years ago. Today we're going to be looking at John chapter 12. We're going to start in verse 1 and go through verse 8. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here, a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served, while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, who would later betray him, objected. "Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages." He did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put in it. "Leave her alone," Jesus replied. "It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me." There was a song that they taught us when I was a child at my church, and we sang it to the tune of Jingle Bells, but it was called Joy. Joy, Joy, this must surely mean Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. See, Judas was selfish and he thought only of himself, but he tried to veil his selfishness in altruism and concern for others and pretend like he was upset at Mary because she wasn't giving to the poor. But Jesus corrected him and reminded him that Mary did what she was intended to do. Mary had money. She had this perfume that was worth a year's wages, and she could have spent it on herself. She could have spent it on the poor in her community. But she went to Jesus first. She knew where her priorities needed to lie. She knew what she needed to do. And so if we're going to be people that have true joy, we can choose to try and do it through our selfishness or even be blinded by our desire to help. But if we're going to have joy and if we're really going to do the best we can with what we've been given, we should always remember, Joy, Joy, this must surely mean Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. Thank you so much for joining us for this holy moment. Please come back tomorrow to join us again. And if you're able, join us at either of our 2 Charlotte area Salvation Army churches for Sunday morning worship. God bless you and have a blessed Holy Week.